can't. Sorry. We can't help but to feel like we're kind of stuck in a back and forth, left and right. I swear. Um, just, it's almost, it almost is too funny. It is almost too funny coming in this evening. Because I see a lot of conjecture, a lot of people like really, really nervous. You know, it's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. The only thing that's left here is to completely snap the just not just the confidence, but the overall well-being of retail. Because here's the bottom line: just like with institutions and countries and this and that buy gold and silver, you think they care that gold's down a couple $100 today, like $250? No, because they're buying it for an end goal. It's so crazy, but I'm telling you, we're loading up for something right now. My only question is do we come down and fill the gap first? That's an honest question. It's an honest question. That's why I said XRP rally loading first stop $2.65. But first the drop as Bitcoin fills CME gap at 106.8K. That's the question. I hope we fill it first. And the art I chose on my live this evening, some will look at it as me mocking others, but it's not. It's just me messing with AI and just only having like a minute or two to do it while I was to start. But it fits. It fits. Because it's just it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. So I don't know, some will draw their own conclusion to what's coming soon. But I really hope that Bitcoin, in fact, does fill this gap. Now, it's a little interesting because the futures is a little bit higher. But look, we still got this death cross. We should fall through. We really should come down here and come to our safe zone. We really should. That's the dominance chart. Or no, that's the futures chart. But we should come down to our safety. I really don't see anything within the numbers that tell me, hey, this is the end of it all. What I almost see is we've had a great bounce back like this. Come back, like right here at the XRP Bitcoin pairing. Come back here and tap into this. So how big of a drop would that be if we tap in? What would it be if we tap? Just tap it in. 15%. Tap. So we'll want to confirm that breakout again, that we have that area. That could be what we do. That's the XRP Bitcoin pairing. I'd say that's, aside from this horse maneuver that happened here, which we fully anticipated. Like, that's the crazy part about this drop. We talked about how it never back tested this area. And now it's come down in a volatile way, and this never gave way. So at least it came back within the range. But we are in a very ominous, but it's a very opportunistic time. I feel the same way now about crypto after that drop as I felt about gold, silver, and mining stocks back in January. And if you're new, I won't say anything on it except this is how I felt in January. That's the live I did. XRPY sold 75% of my crypto and turned focus to gold, silver, and mining stocks. Some are like, Tom, after the debacle, after the great unfolding, after the steepest decline since 2013 in metals, are you wavered? Are you selling your commodities? Are you selling your mining stocks? And the only answer I can give you is no. I'm not selling out to take a big tax hit when I would just buy back in after a 20% drop to ride it up to where I want it to go. So no, I'm not giving the government their money just so I can buy back in. It's a lot of money. I don't want to have to pay taxes on like 40-something thousand. And it all falls within the short-term gains. So no, not a chance. Not going to happen. After a year, it drops down significantly, but all of my stuff I was buying in January again to buy it back. So it hasn't even been a year. So nope. I am not. I've been down this road before. So sure, we could get another 10, 20%, maybe, who knows. But I am not, because of what's coming down the pipeline. This isn't where I was expecting to be in the mining stocks. Like, this wasn't the end. This was the confirmation I needed. And now whatever it does to consolidate and do what it needs to do, I'm good with that. I am good with that. So I'd love to know if anybody else has confidence in gold, silver, and mining stocks still to go up. You know, after it does whatever the correction is going to be, does anybody still have confidence that we're going higher? After, I don't know, maybe it takes a 3 or 6 month cooling period. But after the fact, do you think it still continues to go higher? Do you think maybe we get a 30% across the board pullback? Anyhow, with crypto, very opportunistic. Very, very, very different story. Very different story. Now, obviously, if I wanted to turn it into cash dollars and I needed it, might be a different story. But you gotta look at the wins and losses. Some would say, well, Tom, if you sell it out because you see a 30% drop about, or whatever, because we talked about this pullback in mining, why don't you just sell it? Well, if I got to take a 35% minimal hit on taxes, what the hell is the point of doing that if I'm trying to buy back at 30%? So it's apples to oranges. Like, I'm not going to pay them the taxes. I'll do it at the end. Bitcoiners calling Bitcoin dominance to go up and alts to bleed. I'm sorry, haven't the alts bled? They're calling for it. They're a little late on calling for it. I love everybody calling for it after a 65% drop. Congratulations, everybody. You sure showed us that you know the market. How about call for the bleeding like I was for weeks, months, while it was making that climb, saying it's going to fall after. It's going to fall. And then when it was there, it's about to fall. We're running out of time. Yeah, everybody says it now. Good. I hope they keep saying it. I hope they keep saying it. Keep feeding. Oh, you feel that? That's all the fright. Oh, it's spooky season. That's all of the nerves. That's all of the fear, uncertainty, doubt. Oh, they're always talking the good game at the wrong time and the bad game at the right time. I mean, it's so funny. I get it. I do get it. Like I say, once you fall the wrong way, you can't get back on track. Because once you fall off the tracks, you're off the tracks for a reason. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I'm just starting to turn into my happy phase. For the last 6 months, I've been, it's just not going to happen. Now everybody gets into the, nothing's going to happen, this 12-hour shit scam. And I'm like, hey, guys, what's going on? We're about 10 days out from Halloween. We know about 1 to 2 weeks after that, we start to look a little more promising. I'm starting to feel it. So it's the same story every year. No, I do feel good. I do feel good. You think this is an opportunity for Epic? I couldn't get it on that crazy drop. It's up. No. Hold on to your money, Shane. If anything, pay attention to what I was saying at the beginning. If, my friend, and this goes for everybody, if Bitcoin fills that mighty gap at 106.8K, that's why I said, but first, the drop in my little meme. We got to go to the gap. It's going to be that gosh darn gap that we're always going to have to deal with until we don't. So if we go down to 106.8K, I presume this may find itself back down in this range. Or it comes down there and maybe it just wants to retest us at 85. Nobody can really know for sure. Or, like I said, if it forces me out of this market again, I will sell like I did before that last big drop. FYI, I'm going to do the same thing. I won't be able to be like, hey, I just did it. And no, I'm not a financial advisor. Just know there's going to be a make it or break it point. But I here's the deal. Do I want this to happen? Oh, you better fucking believe I do. Oh, you better. But Tom, you just got 10,000 Epic at blah, blah, blah price. And you said it was cheaper than you could have ever fathomed because you were pointing up. It is. But if it forces my hand and we break this low here at 84, you're going to have to hold on to your hat because it's either coming back down here and melting, or and I've seen this scenario play out so many times, and just hear me out. And some people are going to say, this son of a bitch, he makes things, oh, he's so happy, but then he always talks about this bearish, God. And this is what always happens, but I don't care. So, creates a nice, very nice head and shoulder, or just a head, top. Now, what do we often do? We come back and re-establish the pattern after a break if we can't hold it. So, if that's the case, maybe, just maybe it goes, hey! Dun, 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 dun. Reestablishes that downtrend, but it creates an inverse head and shoulders. You know, so maybe, I don't know. That's why I keep saying I'm more than happy to keep selling out and buying back on the big drops, and then when it tells me to sell it again, I will. But not on the tier 1 exchange. Well, I guess you do what you got to do. If you lose money, you lose money. If you win money, you win money. Any chance you might be able to do TA on algo? Yeah, oh, sure I can. Sure I can, Terry. But yeah, so that's basically what we're looking at. If we can't hold that 85 cent level, which we very well might. We very well might. I'm just trying to draw out something if it doesn't hold this. And that would put us into an extreme conditioning here. The cool thing is how far we already dropped. Like, clearing out all that liquidity kind of makes me feel like I don't know if it's going to come way down there. But if it does, at least you could see. It's a dicey situation here. Oh, it's a dicey one. It's a dicey one. Algo sitting at 18.7 cents after that recent dip down to, what was it, about 10.11, 10.7, 11, I don't know, 10.8, which is exactly where the drop out was to reestablish that uptrend. That was like our worst case scenario, but our best case scenario if that happened. And it, man, the weekly is so oversold right now in the stochastic. It's freaking phenomenal. Daily's moving up. Still getting rejected, though, at this very, very, very critical resistance. That's right at 19 cents. And then you got this underneath support right here at about 16. Nah, it's a little bit higher than that. This is that uptrend it's got to hold. Otherwise, it's going to... It's about 16.8. But you'll know if the rest of the... If Bitcoin comes down here, this is going to reject, and it's going to simply come down to that probably 16.6 area. I could see that across the board, a 10-15% dump with Bitcoin. I really could. Because it would be one of those very quick drops. And who knows, maybe it would overshoot that gap and go all the way down to 92 gap. Who the fuck knows?
Turn around. From the moment you turn up to the instant you turn in, every little turn matters. And all those turns add up.
Shane Edgar is advising the 178. I don't know who the fuck that is. But yeah, if this structure breaks, it goes to $1.78. I've been saying $1.78 to $1.82 zone. I don't know who that is though, honestly, Omar. Thank you for being in Tom's Zone for your second month with the Dusted Autos Crypto News. Mr. Bank Foreclosure, welcome in. I don't know what day it's going to be on, but you know, we could still surge out of here without filling it. And that would bring a whole different line of us too. Frankie Fresh, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Zone for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. And I hope your hand's doing well. You know, just a little bit better, and give Janine my love. I wish you could too. I wish you could too. Oh, I thought you were talking about like an influencer. I thought you were talking about an influencer. The way you said it, it made it sound like an influencer. Oh, Edgar Harvey. Well, my bad, Edgar. I thought he was talking about some YouTuber that I never heard of. But yeah, $1.77. That's well within range. Because if this breaks down and XRP doesn't hold, that's exactly where it would go. Exactly where it would go. 100%.
You're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure.
No, you're absolutely right about that, Epitox. 100% about that. With the fees on tier 1 exchanges, there's no point in just buying and selling the little moves. You got to have the big ones. You got to have the big one. I've been talking about $1.78 to $1.82 for fucking a long time if it doesn't hold. I may not have said it today, but I say it all the time. All you got to do is listen to my short videos or any of these. I was asking what could be a limit order for XRP when Bitcoin fills the 106 game. Well, I mean, if Bitcoin holds 106, XRP wouldn't have enough time to go down to $1.78 zone. If it only fills 106.8K, XRP is probably retesting 219. It's either 229 or 219. We're gonna need Bitcoin to go a little bit lower to send XRP back below. Remember, we've even got this breakout area that now we're gonna have to correct. Let's see what the best way to look at this would be.
How do you personally grapple with the pace of it all?
It does feel like it's
Yeah, it'd be around 229 if this breaks down, which, unless we can get some volume, I mean, we have a small increase in volume. We crossed over in the RSI and the stochastic. We've got room to the top here a little bit. It would make more sense to come down here and back test that break back above, but hey, what do I know? I think it would make more sense to come back down here if it's going to hold. Let Bitcoin correct back down to 106.8. I think the most likely scenario would be it comes down to 229 in that scenario. Then it would go up to 265, and if it gets rejected, then that would give it the steam to go to the $1.78 to $1.82 area. If we got the rejection. If not, then it could continue up, but I don't know. This is going to be interesting.
The guy at the heart of the Stargate building,
Very interesting.
He's the founder of Crusoe, the little-known data center.
I'm your financial advisor. Why would I look for someone else? Hey, I am not a financial advisor. And this is for entertainment as I go into the intro. Good evening. Would a financial advisor have to do this part? Good evening. 6:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this, what the hell day is it? Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Interesting day upon us. The leprechauns are sweating it out right now. They were sitting there at the end of their rainbow, and their pots of gold were looking real nice. And they were already planning on what they could buy. And all of a sudden they looked at the chart and like, holy shit. It's worth $240 less per ounce. Oh my God. And they said, oh, this is easy compared to silver. The guy who has silver is like, oh my God, we're down 7% in one day. And I guarantee you can hear the cronies now talking amongst themselves. Oh, those manipulators, JP Morgan, these cocksuckers in the paper market. And it's true. That's exactly what probably happened, but no, I'm just kidding. We're massively overbought. So we needed a pullback. But guess what? You know what's ironic? I find it ironic. Everybody's shitting on gold and silver, especially in the news media. Everybody's talking about, oh, it's crashing. Oh, if I told you in the beginning of the year that crashing was XRP being, or I mean, with Bitcoin still being over $4,000. Or gold, I mean. Crashing is it's still ahead of Ethereum, which is still not right. I still can't get over the fact gold's worth more than Ethereum. God, man, it's interesting. It's almost downright disturbing if you ask me. But it's the same thing that happens with XRP. Welcome to the club, gold and silver and mining stocks. XRP deals with the same fate. XRP, it's embarrassing. It's only at 246. It's downright, it's a disgrace. How could anybody be stupid enough to own that? That's what we always get. You should see, it's an insult. That's, you see some of the comments. I wish some of you would actually read through all the bullshit comments to get to these comments. People are funny. And it's like, oh yeah. Oh, it's hurt my feelings. Because if I had my money in the bank, that same whole $3,500, let's see. That's true. Let's just see. We bought it in 23. And then we can do it again for 24 when it came down. But we'll do it for 23.
About as much as how much people were going to use these models. When we didn't think about it, it just turned out people want to use the models much more than we imagined. And a couple of years ago, maybe after the launch of GPT-4 in ChatGPT,
CPI_August_2025 equals 323.36. 4. Initial underscore deposit equals 3,500. 1. Calculate the cumulative inflation rate, January 2023 to August 20.
And see, that's with me giving you a high yield savings account based at 8.09%. Which, okay, so now you have 3,783. Remember that. That's not what I want to do.
Governments, but a lot of it was also and we got to speaking about what it would take to do computer.
To calculate what $3,500 put into a bank in 2023 is worth today, you must consider both the interest earned and the loss of purchasing power due to inflation. Since you didn't specify the interest rate, I will provide the two key scenarios. 1. Value adjusted for inflation only, loss of purchasing power. This calculation determines how much money you'd need today to buy what.
So even if you put it into a high yields, you would have lost in purchasing power $5.81. So that's me getting you in a high yield savings account. Nobody puts their money in a high yield if they don't understand money, because they're just like, oh, give me my savings account. So now, damn it.
Well, that covers the capacity we think we need for the next few
This is an example of a high growth investment. Here is the calculation of what your XRP investment would be worth today. Based on the information available, initial investment price, approx. January 2023, 34 cents. Current price, October 21st.
Who talks, and it's like, oh, well, if you would have just put that in there, in your money, so even in a high yield savings account, you've lost $5 in purchasing power. That's okay. We have $25,510 even today on $3,500. So like, you can do it. Like I keep saying, if you need the money, take it. No one's gonna. You just turned 3,500 into 25,000, even where it's at now. A 628% gain over the period. So I mean, there's a lot of this and that and blah. It's like, okay, I mean, I can keep taking it because the bottom line is we've appreciated 600 and something % over that time. I'm never going to be mad about that. So our consolidation now, we're getting mocked because our assets only up 628. That's some crazy shit.
Like this red crane, that's a 600-ton crane.
I have how does that compare to other cranes?
Oh yeah, 15, 20 years ago. Yep, Frankie Fresh. But imagine what's even crazier. When my grandpa came over on the boat from Italy, like when I was younger, they had, well, before I was, and it started going down when I was young, but my grandpa used to have 20% interest rates. They were getting 20% on their savings. So they would put money in the bank, and they didn't have to take out loans for their house. They would keep their money in the bank, appreciate by 20% compounding every year, and they just keep adding to the savings until they either had the down payment or they could downright just pay off their whole damn house when they bought it from the interest. And that's what people don't understand. Like, we can keep borrowing money, but there's always a fee when you borrow money. No exposure on the Proton yet. I'm Protonless.
No. We're protected.
I'm Protonless, my friend. By virtue, because it's not everywhere. It's just not everywhere.
I think we do.
Just not everywhere. Then I start looking around and I go, okay, are these breaking up? Are these going to break down? We're not in to November yet. So what would I expect? I mean,
Business banking can be. Move on is uncomplicated.
and I know we're oversold in the stochastic. The RSI is catching up.
Plus, you never have to step foot in a bank again.
I could still see us flushing. I could see us going.
Bring you up to the minute geopolitical news whenever and where.
Oh no, nobody's tardy. I'm just here.
Windsor Castle, England, and this is.
I'm just here.
Lockmiller's path to leading the Stargate bill has been circuitous.
So it's funny. I got so many messages about people wanting to join Linnea now, and it's like I talked about it. It's fine. I'll just keep doing case studies on the pricing on the exchange.
Using AI as a trader on Wall Street.
We were big early adopters of deep
Let's see. I want to see. I have $3,486. If I were to close it out, how much is it giving me? $3,480. Okay. It's not bad. So I think it's been successful studying the exchange. But anyhow, your clock is ticking. Hi, TT. I gotta finish some. Yeah, you got finished.
Bitcoin mining operations near oil rigs, taking advantage
I gotta finish.
of the oil drilling process.
Yeah.
one of the associated byproducts of that is natural gas.
But yeah, that's what we have going on right now.
This associated gas that's just being
Yeah.
And so we have this concept that instead of trying to bring gas,
Alright, you wanna hang out? Alright guys, I gotta go hang out with my son. He wants to hang out, and Julie's gotta go with Scarlett. So I'm gonna have to end this one early. I apologize. I appreciate you all. TT, I'm coming. I'm